here they are, all the dividers all stuck down with the business card holders on each of the pages. So I'm going to put those to one side. The next thing that I did was take some craft coloured paper, or card I should say. Again, it's 300 GSM, and I've cut that into pieces that are 8 1/4 by 6 inches across, and rounded the two corners, so those are slightly smaller than our dividers. Let's just bring those in. And the next thing I'm going to do is decide what papers I'm going to use to put on the cover of the book. So as you know, I'm using the yearology papers from Simple Stories, some plain, some not plain but dotted, lots and lots of detail, lots of pockets to cut out. I like these big square cutouts, and I like to fold them up and do all sorts with them. So from all the papers that I've got, I've selected the ones that I want to put on the front cover, and I've cut them so that they are, let's just measure them, it's 7 1/4 by 9 3/4 in size. And then I've sort of sorted through and cut out, let's turn everything around, a plain piece for the front, just with the file, the lines on, the writing lines, and then a strip to go down the side, and that's going to be my front cover. And then for the inside cover, that's the back, I've cut a piece of the orange, let's turn it around there, paper, and then I want to put a pocket on that, so that one's going to sit there, and then I've cut the pocket from a piece left over from the front to sit there. I'm going to do the same on the inside back cover. So again, I've got the orange to fit that side, and then the pocket is going to fit like that. And then for the back, I've just cut a piece of the stripy paper that I'd used on the front. And all of those I'm going to stick down with my double-sided tape and just a little bit of tacky glue around the edge. But before I do that, if you're a fan of mine, you know I'm obsessed with white edges. So I'm just going to take my vintage photo ink and work that around all of the edges. So that's our front and back covers finished, and now we're going to start to build the pages up in between each of the sections. Each of the sections in the book has got a fold-out page and a tab, and then a variation on 3 other pages. They've all been cut no longer than 9.5 inches long and 6 inches wide, and then you can get 2 of those out of 1 sheet of paper. And then I've put some thinner ones in, and those are, let's just measure those. Wrong end of the ruler. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. And then a couple of pockets that are 6 inches again by 6 inches. So I've just sort of taken the plainer papers and just tried to build up a variety of either pockets or the open flat page. Now the open flat page, I've cut the paper at 9.5 inches, and then along my ruler I've folded it at 6 back on itself and cut off 2 inches. So it's actually cut at 10 inches across by 9.5 and then folded at 6, and that just gives a really nice page to write on and to stick things to. And then I've added a pocket on the front of that. So it really is having a look at your paper and then just working out how many 6-inch pages you want, so cutting your sheet in half, and how many fold-out pages you want, and cutting your paper at 9.5 by 10 inches across, and then just starting to build up your album in between the black dividers to give you 3 or 4 pieces in between each one. What have we got in this one? Slightly smaller one. They've all got 1 straight edge and 2 rounded corners, and that's going to be bound. The straight edge is going to be bound. So there's another fold out one, and I've just added a pocket at the bottom and then some detail on the side, and I put a pocket on the front of that one and cut out a semicircle with my 2-inch punch, just so that I know that there's a pocket under there, and I put a pocket on here. So all of the bits that I cut off the larger papers that I've put in, I've kept and made pockets and bands out of them to poke things under and add in. And I used most of the papers. I've got, I think, 24 sheets to make this album with out of the yearology paper. So I'm going to crack on and cut them up and start to put them together, and I'll show you how I've built up each of the sections when I've got them all together. And then the next step will be to punch them all with the binder tool, ready to ring bind.